One Piece chapter 1124 has given us everything we needed to conclude an arc, especially that an arc like an egghead arc. So come on, let's get into what happened in chapter 1124. Warland New World Elbaf, a certain character, a silhouette, says, "Come." Now that's the $1,000,000 question. Who is this character? And in my opinion, it's not about the character, it's about a different thing. Because I feel like it's kinda obvious, isn't it? It's kinda Jaguar the Soul. I mean, I feel like it's obvious because, look, it could be Loki, right? It could be Loki. It's still not confirmed. We cannot tell. I mean, by the silhouette, we can just tell that it's basically a giant. That's totally a giant, okay? But the question is that Loki? Is that... I feel like I wanna say Jaguar the Soul because, yeah, I think it's definitely Jaguar the Soul because he is the character who's kinda attached to the Straw Hats. I mean, ignore the Straw Hats, he's attached to a certain member to the Straw Hats, alright, with Robin and all. So I feel like, yeah, he is the guy who's in Elbaf right now who would wanna see the Straw Hats or who would wanna see a certain member of the Straw Hats, right? Because, no, I mean, why would even Loki, like, be that guy who... I mean, we still don't know if Loki is gonna be a villain or not, but probably he's gonna be a villain. Why would he even wanna, like, face a Yonko or wait for a Yonko crew to come? I mean, there's other thing that Loki cannot know, right? Cannot know that the Straw Hats are coming. But let's say that based on the poneglyphs and all, they all know that eventually you gotta come to Elbaf, right? But I feel like, no, it's Jaguar the Soul. And now the question is, it's not who is this character, the silhouette is. The question is Jaguar the Soul the man marked by flames or not? If not, then is it possible that this character isn't Jaguar the Soul and it's the man marked by flames? That's the $1,000,000 question again, because it's tough to tell. But I feel like, yeah, it's kinda obvious. Let's not complicate it. It's obvious. The silhouette is Jaguar the Soul. And let's say 50% that he's the man marked by flames, okay? So One Piece chapter 1124 titled Best Friend. And oh my god, I love this chapter. And we started with Morgans and Fifi. As always, Morgans being the jerk that he is. He's basically an embassy, right? He's an embassy, he doesn't care, he only cares about the money and the fame and all, okay? So basically Morgan said Emperor Blackbeard versus Trafalgar Law, Emperor Red Hair Shanks versus Eustace Captain Kidd, Emperor Luffy Straw Hat murders Vegapunk, and then Viv interrupts and says, "You liar!" So we ended with this, and then we moved to a certain character, Akaino, telling the certain character, "Answer me, is everybody dead?" And we see Sentomaru is alive with a small boat and basically crying. Kizaru says, "You're so damn noisy." Akaino says, "What's the deal with you coming to pick the coal, Borsalino? What happened to the others?" Every last one of them, they're all out cold, foaming at mouth. Akaino says, "What does that mean? What about Saturn and all? Is he alright?" Kizaru says, "I'll let you know when the youngins wake up." Akaino said, "A half-assed job isn't gonna cut it, Borsalino." Kizaru says, "Oi, Sakazuki, have you ever had to kill your best friend?" And then Akaino was looking, and then we get a small flashback. "Damn, you got a big ass head, man. Nice to meet you. I'm Borsalino, a marine. Here's Kizaru meeting Vegapunk for the first time. How much can you pay?" "Huh? This arrest is just a pretense. You guys just want me for my brains, don't ya? So, how much can you put into my research funds? You're a funny dude, and this is an important meeting." Oh my god, this explains a lot. I mean, we've all been saying how did even Vegapunk started working with the word government and all. Now it all makes sense. They basically wanted to kill him. They basically wanted to put him in jail if he would not agree to work with them. So that explains a lot, because I've been saying, why would a nice guy who's Vegapunk is wants to work? I mean, yeah, the money and all, but then it explains a lot. Vegapunk didn't care that they actually wanted him to work with them, and then he said, "Well, how much would you put into my research funds?" That's all he cares about, right? We continue the flashback. What's up with this island? I'm gonna name it Egghead. Alright, I'm gonna build the future 500 years from now. Give me a hand, Borsalino. And we see Borsalino, Kizaru carrying stuff like, I don't know, woods and all. Jeez, all this heavy lifting when I'm supposed to be an admiral. And then we get back to the time where Kizaru had to kill Vegapunk. Kizaru says, "You're saying I did a half-assed job, Sakazuki. If you've got time to doubt, then come see it with your own eyes, you little shit." Akainu says, "Sorry about that, brother." Kizaru says, "Too late for that now." And now we get to the party and all. We get to the Straw Hats finally sailing to Elbaf. And then we see Lilith finally wakes up. And a funny thing, we saw that they were actually in the couch of the ship of the Elbaf giants. Oh my god, can you see the difference? Dude, oh my god, I cannot wait for Elbaf, man. I cannot, I'm so high. I mean, I feel like Oro Sensei cannot wait to draw Elbaf, right? I'm so excited. And then Lilith said, "Just let me cry for a bit." They were all surprised, and then she said, "I'm hungry." So that's it, basically, okay. So now we see Chopper saying Luffy's got it bad too. He's only been able to put down 5 bushels of grapes, of a giant grapes. Lilith was surprised. "Well, that's plenty." Well, Lilith, if you joined the Straw Hat, you would not be surprised. I mean, that's actually nothing, right? Alright, now we get to the important stuff. Lilith was talking, and Lilith says, "You saw me weeping before because everyone's deaths seemed so brutal, but that was all in your thoughts. To tell you the truth, to put it simply, everyone's alive." They were all surprised. What? But to you, they're dead. Wait, hold on, I don't get it. So you're like a ghost or something? What I'm trying to say is, you all kept your promise, so don't be sad, Luffy. Well, now they're happy, they're celebrating. Luffy says, "Oh, all your giants, thanks for coming to save us." And they're starting eating, having fun, getting ready to Elbaf. And at the end of the chapter, we see in Elbaf, Warland, New World, Elbaf, the silhouette says, "Come." And we see the narrator says, "Who awaits them on the island of the giants." And this is the end of the chapter. And like I said at the beginning of this video, this is the perfect setup for Elbaf arc and the perfect conclusion for Egghead arc, in my opinion. Let's not say the perfect, but a good way to conclude Egghead arc, because I mean, basically all I wanted to see at the end of Egghead arc is basically Kizaru. I wanted to see Kizaru. I wanted to see what's gonna happen with him. What was he actually thinking and all. Now we've seen his real emotions. Now we've seen him talking to his friend, or let's not say his friend, let's put this aside. He was talking to his superior, and he did not care about that because he was pissed, he was sad, and he was crying. We've seen finally the real Kizaru, right? So yeah, this was the chapter. We're still waiting for Emeth, we're still waiting for Saturn. I guess that's it, right? Or wait, Emeth is dead. Alright, let's wait for the next chapter. Unfortunately, there's no next chapter. Next week is gonna be a break, so we're waiting 2 weeks from now for chapter 1125. So I guess that's it, guys. Mwah. Like I said, write down in the comments below what do you think of this chapter. Mwah.